Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyra, and here on this channel we are all about real makeup for real life and real people. Today's video is all about creating this face of makeup right here in about 10 to 15 minutes. The imaginary scenario that I gave myself is that hubby calls and says, I'm getting off work early today and I want to take my beautiful wife to lunch. You have 20 minutes. So this is my 10 to 15 minute makeup routine. Most of these products are actually Project Pan products, so I'll be popping those products, the pictures up on the screen versus spoiling any progress for you guys. And with all that said, let's go ahead and get into it. You know I'm a talker. All right, let's get started and get some makeup on this face. I definitely skip primer when I'm trying to get ready in a hurry. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. So just start with a little bit on the inner part of the eye. I'm using this little angled brush that I found from Eco Tools that is just the most perfect concealer brush I've ever used. In fact, it's, you know, the only one that I've ever committed to for a long period of time. It's very, very nice. But you can also do the exact same thing as I'll show you on your under eyes with the finger. Some people are more comfortable with a brush, some people are more comfortable with their fingers, some people are more comfortable with a sponge, and all of those are okay. Whatever you're comfortable with is going to be what is the quickest for you probably. And then also go with a concealer that's easy to use. Something that you don't have to fuss around with, something that just goes on lickety split every time. And I'm going to take a little bit more of this and just lightly tone down my melasma and this little friend right here. Compliments of the chips that I ate on Christmas Eve. And then I personally would not typically go back or go in with a complexion product. My sunscreen is tinted, and so that is usually enough for me. But I know a lot of people typically would go in with some type of at least light coverage complexion product. So I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I've really been liking this a lot, and I would definitely go with a lighter shade if I purchase this when this is gone, but the formula I really like. It's a very interesting formula, very hard to describe, and I would imagine the full size is less tedious to get the product on your face. And you can see this is a little dark for me, but once it's all rubbed in, then it's not so bad. And any kind of sheer complexion product is going to be pretty quick for you. Next, I'm just going to go in with a little translucent powder. Translucent is great because you don't have to spend a ton of time blending it out or anything like that. It's just going to set my makeup in place more than anything. And I'm using the number 7 Perfect Light pressed powder. This is my go-to. It's nicely pressed, so I don't have to worry about getting too much on my brush, which is another thing that helps speed up the process. You're gonna see here that a lot of these products are like some of my go-to products, and that's kind of where I also try to look for products to use in a hurry, and that is products that I'm really comfortable with. So keep that in mind if you're picking out a 10 to 15 minute makeup look ahead of time to just keep in your back pocket. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It, and if you're new to my channel, I love this bronzer. It is perfect. It does the trick. It does it very quickly. You really don't have to pay much attention to it when applying it because it's just going to blend itself, essentially. If you can see just how fast I knocked that out on my forehead. And also I like to go with a little bit more fluffy brushes, especially for bronzer. When I'm in a little bit of a hurry or want to be done with my makeup quickly, it takes the precision out of the process and it's going to be more forgiving than if you go in with a teeny tiny bronzer brush, I guess. I've been going into highlight before blush lately, so I'm going to do that today. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. I love this highlighter. It goes with everything, and that's another good point to make, that if you're trying to get ready in a hurry, pick out neutral products, things that can go with anything that you might put on your eyes or otherwise on your face. I think that's a really good rule of thumb. And some of these steps you might choose to eliminate, or any steps that I might choose to eliminate, you might not choose to eliminate. How many times can I say eliminate? And that's where you can adjust your own little back pocket 10-minute makeup routine, 10 to 15. And then for my blush, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. I think these are called the online only blushes, and this is in the shade Mellow Mauve. One of my all-time favorite blushes. I am working on panning it this year, which of course is why I'm not showing it to you. So I don't know. Part of me is like, why bother to pan it all the way if I know I'm going to repurchase it as soon as it's gone? I don't know. If you're a panner, what are your thoughts on that? All right, for brows, and I'm just gonna whiz through these, but for brows, the only thing I do when I'm in a hurry is to just brush my brows into place, and then I go in with a tinted fiber brow gel. This one happens to be the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade 03 Soft Brownie Brows, but I actually prefer the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I just am almost out of mine. I need to get a new tube. So there you can see the difference. Quite a difference, huh? Alrighty, those are the brows done. Nothing too precision, just my brows but darker. So moving on to eyeshadow. Again, this is a palette I'm working on panning a few shades out of, but there's not enough progress to really spoil anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you. This is the Viseart Paris Edit palette. So I'm just going to first go in, we're going to use 2 shadows, 1 brush, and that'll be it. Maybe a highlighter on the inner corner, but the thing that I like to do when I'm in a hurry is to start with my shimmer. So I'm going to use this little brownie bronzy number down here in the bottom row. Yes, that is the bottom row. I'm going to take my finger and place this all over the lid. If you want to leave a little space at the front for a highlighting shade or a inner corner highlight, you can do that. But basically what I encourage you to do is to create a monochromatic eyeshadow look, starting with a shimmer, and then we'll talk about the matte in just a second. Now you can decide whether you want a matte or shimmer on the lower lash line. I'll probably go in with both, but for the matte shadow, I'm going to pick a kind of coordinating matte shadow to what I already have on my lids. I'm going to pick it up on a fluffy brush, but I like a little bit more of a dense fluffy brush, and we're just going to sort of buff out the edges of the shimmer that we already put in the crease. However you like to do that, you know, whatever shape works best for your eyes, but just kind of blending out and perfecting the shape as we go. And you can take this to whatever level of, you know, time that you have to spend on this. You can add depth in the outer corner. You can add eyeliner if you want to. You can just add gobs of mascara. And another colorway in this particular palette that I think would be really pretty and work really well would be to use this lavender shade and blend it out with this deeper plum if you want a little bit more difference, because as you're gonna see here, I don't have a lot of difference depth-wise on the shades that I picked. I think I'm gonna go in with the shimmer at least to start on the lower lash line. I'm not doing much. And then I'm just gonna pop into that same matte shade that we used to blend and, you know, do the same thing. Again, smoke it out if you want to, however you would normally do it, skip it if you would normally skip it. And that's pretty much it from the palette. I'm gonna reach real quickly into the Laura Mercier highlighter. I'm just gonna pick that up on a little pencil brush here and just highlight the very inner part of the lid and a little bit around the tear duct. Very subtle brightening. I'm gonna give my lashes just a quick little crimp. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. I love this one for kind of an everyday mascara. It does a great amount of lengthening in my opinion, as well as definition, but not a scary amount of volume or anything like that. All right, for lips, I'm gonna start off with the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. This is just one of their regular lip pencils. All right, there's that. I just like a little natural kind of contour to my lips. And then we're gonna go in with a sheer lipstick, no fuss, fine under a mask. And this is MAC's Patisserie in their Luster line of lipsticks. And that, my friends, is the finished look. Let's assess the situation. I always feel like I can use more blush. Let's do that. So I'm just going to pick up a little more blush and kind of amp it up on the apples of the cheeks. So I'm gonna pop off of here, do something with the hair, maybe some jewelry, and I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts. All right, I'm back. This is the completed look, and I'm pretty happy with this. I would happily run out the door in 10 to 15 minutes and, you know, rock this look for lunch with the hubby. I think that this is the type of look that is really good to think ahead and sort of plan out the products that you would use if you wanted to throw on a quick face in a hurry. Like I said before, whatever steps you feel like you could eliminate or add to your little routine is absolutely cool. We are all different, and this isn't about my everyday makeup or my quick makeup. It's about you figuring out what yours would be. So let me know down below, what, if anything, would you subtract in terms of steps from my little routine here? What would you absolutely have to add? Thank you so much for watching this video today. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you will give this a like before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. And I will see you in my next video soon.